Hi guys, welcome back to another little video. I'm going to show you how to make this little flower design. I did this a similar design yesterday on my daughter, and I did a sunflower, and when I was looking at it I thought, oh, that'd be nice. Let's do a variation on the theme. So I'm doing it in pinks and purples, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along. So I'm using a CJP Big Boy brush. I'm using the 1.2 monomer. I'm using the CJP Tooth Fairy and Lilac Luster for my ombre. So when I do my ombre, I work quite thin and I work quite wet. I would much rather go in and add more beads if necessary. So put my first bead on and blend it back. And then another bead of that Tooth Fairy, blending that back also. And then starting to pull it down towards the free edge. I'm going to come in with the Lilac Luster just on the blend line, quite wet. Doesn't need to be a massively neat ombre for this, because we are going to cover it up with some 4D flowers. Well, actually a 4D flower. Again, working really quite wet, really quite thin. Just trying to get that blend as nice as I can. I've not used Lilac Luster before. It's the first time I've used this colour. And yeah, I was quite impressed with it. I like it. It's pretty. Super pretty. So I'm just coming in and freshening up the free edge, building a little bit more brightness to that colour, to that little Tooth Fairy. It's like the perfect spring pink. It's got just enough pizzazz. I'm reasonably happy with that blend, and then I shall come in and cap with Crystal Glass. Both these colours are actually strength powders, and they don't actually technically need capping, but whenever you ombre you want to cap because you want to preserve your blend that you've worked so hard to achieve. So when I'm capping, I always work again quite wet, not as wet on these plain colours as I would if I was working capping a glitter. But yeah, I always tilt the client's finger down, or in this case my nail pop, so that I can try and avoid flooding the cuticle, and let gravity help you, and then kind of pat and pull and blend it down. I want to say about blooming flooding the cuticle. I did my daughter's nails yesterday for the first time during lockdown, and she lives at home with me. She's not in a separate household, but I felt like I'd forgotten everything I'd ever learnt about nails. I didn't know what I was doing. My shaping was off, my cuticle was a mess. But my sunflowers turned out really, really epic, which is why I decided to show you all how to do a variation on those. So we're just going to wait for the acrylic to dry, and then we're going to come in and file. Oh, I'm just showing you these little sprinkles, look. I had them in my cabinet forever. I'm going to use those for the centre of the flower. Are you getting bored waiting for the acrylic to dry yet? as I was. I'm going to give it a little tap and see if it's set yet. Probably not quite set yet. I'm giving it a little tap, seeing if I can hear that really hollow click, clack kind of sound. If it sounds dull when you tap it with your file, it's not quite ready. You need to leave it a little bit longer. So that's what I'm doing there. Hope everybody's staying safe and well in lockdown. I don't know if there's anything in particular you guys want to see on my videos. I'm trying to do a few more for the girls in the glitter group, just for some content, just to help if I can anybody. Yeah, let me know. Drop me what you want me to do in the comments and I'll see if I can do it. So I'm going to come in with my file, and it is always difficult on a nail pot, but I go from one side to the other side and try and hold my file really firmly, put either my thumb or my forefinger behind it to keep it nice and straight. Whatever you do on one side, you need to do on the other. Then I come round and do where the cuticle would be on a real person. And then I'm going to come back to the sides and kind of try and blend them in a little bit. Try and make the product even on both sides. Then you want to imagine you've got a little line going right the way down the centre of your nail. And when you tilt the nail up and look down onto it, you're looking to try and achieve this equal amount of product on both sides. That'll help with your finished look. It'll help your nail look balanced. So I'm going to give it a scrub over with my white block, just to get out any of those deep scratches. And you do need to leave a little bit of scratching in because that gel polish likes something to grip onto. Remove all the dust. I'm using the CJP Time to Shine, their new top gloss. I'm not a gel tech at all. I'm an acrylic tech, but I really like this. I wasn't sure, because I like their original tack-free top gloss, but this is really easy to use and it does give a really lovely glassy finish. So I'm going to top coat my nail and cook it in my little LED lamp for 60 seconds before I start to do the 4D work. There you go. I'm just wiping off the sides there just to help give it a bit of a crisper edges. I wouldn't do that if I hadn't got gloves on. You mustn't touch uncured product with your bare hands. It's bad for you, ladies. So just waiting for it to come out the lamp. Should be here any second. There we go. So that's the ombre. I'm just going to come in with my 100 grit file and just scuff off where I'm going to put the 4D flower. I want a little bit of a rough surface to work on top of. And I know lots of people just go straight on top coat, or they do it before they top coat and use a detailer brush to top coat, but this is just my way. I'm not saying it's the right way, I'm just saying this is the way I do it. I'm using the 3D Petite brush from CJP and CJP Ultraviolet for the main body of the flower. So I'm just coming in with the teeny tiniest little mark right in the middle there. That's going to help keep me centred. You could do that with a pencil, it doesn't have to be done with acrylic. Just something so you know where your starting point is. And get a small bead. Pop it on the nail, wait for it to slightly start to go matte. And then you can start moving that acrylic around. Just pat it and press it out to where you want it to be. Keep the point of your brush it towards the middle, towards the dot, and use the belly of that little brush to pull out the shape. So I'm quite happy with that first petal. So then I'm going to go opposite to that. So I'm working methodically so I don't end up with unbalanced petals. Sounds like a bad indie song, doesn't it? Unbalanced petals. So again, yeah, make them quite nice and chunky. You have to let me know how I'm doing, guys. I have tried so hard to stay in shot this time because, yeah, I was like, if it doesn't work this time, I'm going to cry. I've had about 6 videos that I have recorded, and then when I've looked, dropping things on the floor. Then when I've looked back at the video, I've either forgotten to press record, or it hasn't been in shot. But my husband rigged me up a little frame on top of my desk today, and he was like, "Babe, stay in there." So that's what I've done. So that's my middle petal done. It doesn't matter if they're not all the same. Don't worry about them being the same. Flowers are organic things, so they don't have to all look the same. So I'm going to just double dip now into a little bit of Tooth Fairy and that ultraviolet, just to give a little bit of a blended petal feeling a bit. Yeah, I learnt this from watching Liz Guild on YouTube when she does her blood roses, and she double dips into the powder. So thank you very much to the amazing Liz Guild, whose YouTube I watch kind of constantly. I'd highly recommend you guys go watch her YouTube immediately. Hers and Charlotte Pilgrim and Tracy Lou. Absolutely fantastic. So again, just going to put another petal in there. Wait for the bead to go slightly matte, and then start shaping it. Get loads of time to play with the 1.2 monomer. You shouldn't find it setting up on you too fast. It's my favourite so far. Because you do just get, and I'm a bit of a faffer. Can you tell I'm a bit of a faffer from watching? Yeah, I think you probably can. So yeah, I like a bit of time to faff. There, I'm just trying to decide there whether I'm going to put some extra petals in. Decided against it. Got out my gem gel. Just popping a little bit of that gem gel in the centre there with an old brush. Just making it all nice and sticky. And then I'm going to get a clean, dry little brush, another old brush, and scoop some of those annoying little sprinkly caviar beads on. If anybody knows a way of putting caviar beads on that doesn't drive you insane, please let me know. I'll be forever grateful. I find them super fiddly. It's not too bad when you're doing something like this, when you're putting them all together in a group, but trying to pop them all delicately around individual gems and stuff like that, yeah, just doesn't seem to work for me. So yeah, pop that in my lamp, let it cure for a full cure, 60 seconds for my particular gel, and then we'll all be done. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope I've stayed in shot a bit better for you ladies. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you'd like me to shut up, whatever it is. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. That just sounds so weird. But yeah, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, take care. Love you. Bye.